Hey guys, it's Sarah. If you're new here and you enjoy the strange unusual, please like and subscribe. And if you are unusual here, today we are going to be covering what planets represent what. This also includes the moon and the sun, even though they are not planets. So, if you're ready, tune on in because we're going to dive on in. So to get started, we are going to go basically from Sun to your Lilith sign. Lilith is not a planet, but it is important. So we'll be going over that. There are also other objects like, I think, your different nodes, but entirely we're just going over the main things today and just one extra interesting thing. So let's get started. First, we're going to start off with your sun sign. Most people know their sun sign. Most people know their sun sign, moon sign, and their ascending / rising. But if you don't know the other two, you at least know your sun sign, which is your born sign, what you come with. Which your sun sign is your personality. It is a reflection of what you give off, kind of like I'm an Aries, so I'm more confident, I'm more assertive. That is just what I portray in my personality. Your next two are your moon, which is your emotions, your inner self. So my moon is in Virgo, just to let y'all know. So inward, I am more organized. I am more slow and take precaution in thinking of what to do. So if someone asks me advice, most of the time I give them the truest advice I can give, not just the top thing off of my head. I really think about it. Now, your next is your rising or ascending, which mine is in Gemini, which is your physical personality. This is how people view you. This is off of how you look, how people will perceive you. So mine is in Gemini, so they're going to see me as confident, just very similar to an Aries. But sometimes with my ascending being in Gemini, people see me as this person who can adapt easily, but at the same time they might see me be different with another group because I'm going to adapt basically to who I am around. Let's say that I am with a group of adults. I am going to be a little bit more mature. I'm going to be a little bit more cautious in what I say. But let's say that I'm out with my friends and I go to do something, I'm going to be a little bit more carefree, a little bit more loose. Whereas with someone who would be like an Aries in rising, they're going to be blunt. They're going to be like, oh, I don't care what anyone says. The same with like a Scorpio. They're going to be more carefree. Whereas with me being a Gemini, at rising, I am going to be more adapt to whatever group I am talking to. Next is Mercury. This is basically how you communicate, how you talk to people. Mine is in Taurus, so I'm a lot more calm coming off to people. I'm going to be more slow, adept, and people are like, oh, she seems chill. And I've heard that a lot because usually when talking, there'll be times whenever I don't take my time, but usually if I have to explain something or I'm going over something with people, I am going to communicate in a caring, loving way, which Taurus people are extremely. They're probably one of the most caring and real people in the sign. So they're also typically more straightforward when they communicate because that's just how they are, that's how they think. Venus is the sign of, or the planet of love. It is how you love. Mine is in Taurus again. So I am a very loving, touchy person. I am just real. I'm very loving. They're, as I said, the most loving sign to go with communicating. They show stuff and have their heart on their sleeve. They love you, you know it. That's just the way it is. And depending on what sign, let's say that you are a Sagittarius in Venus, you may be a little bit fickle about some people that you love or how you love, but whenever you do love someone and how you show your love, you're going to be very strong with them. Really, any fire sign, you're going to be kind of fickle in your Venus until you meet one person. You'll be extremely loving with them. Whatever your love language may be, you're going to show it so strongly with them. Mars is how assertive you are. So I am not a Mars in Aries, but this is just an example. If your Mars is in Aries, how confident you are, you're going to be standing like a ram. You're going to be proud and you're going to be just overlooking everything. Same with like a Leo. Mars has a lot to do with fire and just assertiveness. So anytime there's a fire sign, they're going to rule extremely in Mars. So if you hear about that, you just think fire, you think proud. Now, this is, a good time for other signs too, but usually when you think assertiveness, you usually think Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Just saying, but it is a time in Mars for people to be confident and assertive. So if your certain sign is in that place, it is a time to be confident and strong. Jupiter is for luck and optimism. It is a time when opportunity takes itself. For example, Capricorn is in Jupiter right now as of December 2nd to the next sign. So basically, this is your time. If your sign is in Jupiter, this is a time where you're going to be lucky. So you take opportunity with it because you're going to have a lot of success and reach your goals during this time. It's how lucky you are. If your sign is in that, it's whatever ruling planet is for there, which with Jupiter is in basically Sagittarius. So Sagittarius people typically will be more lucky, but if your sign, your Jupiter sign is within that, so it'd be Jupiter in or Sagittarius in Jupiter, then you're going to be a lot more lucky. So your Saturn sign is how mature you are. Yeah, so if you're the type to be able to joke about something easy, like let's say stupid childlike humor, I'm not gonna lie, yeah, I will laugh at a fart joke. That's just the way it is. But it's your maturity level. Your anus is how unique you are, how just adapt you are to being different. This means just taking on a whole new persona. So basically, just let's say that a whole bunch of different people are wearing expensive something, and you're like, I want to take this thrift store haul and I want to paint it with fabric paint, and you make that yours. You make it unique. You take anything and you make that unique. Well, that is basically Uranus. That is how unique you are if your sun is in that. Neptune is your spirituality, how firmly you believe in something. So if your planet's in that, it's a good time for healing, meditation, your third eye, prayer, just anything coming from your soul. If it's in Neptune, it's a fantastic time for your spirituality. Pluto is how much power you have. How much, again, with kind of assertiveness, but it's how much you can root from, how much you can handle. That is Pluto. Now, last I'm going to talk about is your Lilith. How your curiosity, but some people refer to it as your dark side. Basically, who you are maybe by yourself. Kind of like your inner self, your moon and emotions, but it's kind of if you were to take on a different personality, what it's like. So the representation of this might be like a Gemini, them being two-faced, but there's two different sides. So that's what your Lilith is. So I'm going to be reading off a list, so if y'all see me like look down a lot, this is just what it is. So this is what, now with this, there is a couple different planets that have a sign. So I'll just go down the list, but if you hear more than one for a planet, it's because there's a couple of different signs that are in the same planet. So first off, it's Aries, it's Mars. Second, Taurus and Venus. Gemini is a Mercury. Cancer is Moon. Leo is Sun. Virgo and Mercury. Libra, Venus. Scorpio, Pluto. Sagittarius, Jupiter. Capricorn, Saturn. Aquarius, Uranus. And Pisces, Neptune. If you have to go back over, do so. But it's basically whenever your sign is in this is how strong you are. So let's say that you hear Aries is in Mars. That means it's our time to shine. I am an Aries, and that is just basically like, hey, confidence coming out the yin yang, fire in that. So whenever your sign is in that planet that you rule, there you go. That's whenever your best quality is coming out. Well, that is all for my talk of the planets and the signs, basically going over it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Please remember to like and subscribe. I highly appreciate it. And I'm sorry that I haven't done like a face-to-face video in a while. It's just been really busy. I always try to get back, but I've also been getting back into tarot. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching. I highly appreciate it. And I should be posting more before Christmas. If I don't, watch some of the old videos, but I guarantee you I probably will. It just won't be maybe right now. But thank you.